Hey Jackson, how are you today?
Good.
Good. All right, I know we worked on something different last time, but today we are going to work on our tenses. Do you know what tenses are? No? Okay, so tenses talk about the past, the present, and the future. An example of this is walk. So if you're walking right now in the present, it's walking. If you did walk, it's walked with an ed on the end. And if you are going to walk, it's will walk. So walking, walked, and will walk. But today we're going to talk about the past. So when we read this book, I want you to keep a really close eye out for the ed on the end of words. And whenever you hear it, then just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right. So this one is called Hugless, Douglas by David Mellink. One spring morning, a sleepy someone let out a big yawn from the back of a deep, dark cave. It was a young brown bear, and his name was Douglas. Yawn. Ah. I need a hug, said Douglas. So he wriggled out. Oh, good job. Out of his pajamas. He brushed his hair. He put on. You're right. He put on a scarf and went to look for one. My best hugs are big, said Douglas. So he went up to the biggest thing he could find, wrapped his arms all the way around, and gave it a squeeze. It didn't feel right. Oof, grunted Douglas. It's a bit... Oh, good job, you found another one. It's a bit too heavy. My best hugs are tall, thought Douglas. So he went up to the tallest thing he could find. He hugged the bottom, he hugged the middle, and he hugged as high as he could reach. Oh, you're right, right. But it was all wrong, and it gave him splinters. Ouch. Ouch. My best hugs are comfy, thought Douglas, so he trotted towards a cozy-looking bush. He hugged the bush. Oh, you're right. But something felt very odd. The leaves quivered and trembled. Good job. Both times, right? And ran away. Give me a hug, cried Douglas. Not in that one. No, bad. The sheep. We're too busy.
Where's Hug?
Huh?
Where's Hug?
Not on this page. He scooped up armfuls anyway and tried to cuddle them gently, but they kicked and squirmed and didn't like it at all. You're right. So let's see how many of the ed we have in this sentence. He scooped up armfuls anyway and tried to cuddle them gently, but they kicked and squirmed and didn't like it at all. There was a bunch of them in that sentence, right? Mm-hmm. Poor Douglas, why can't I find a hug, he said. If I want a hug, said a wise owl, I sit in my tree and... Let me try, whooped Douglas, and he scrambled up next to the owl.
Found it.
Yep.
Found it.
Whooped and scrambled, right?
Yeah.
But he soon found himself in a little trouble. Woo, woo, said the owl angrily. Look how mad he is. I only wanted a hug, sniffed Douglas. Perhaps there's one down here. He felt something long-eared and rabbity and gave it a tug. Do you see any on this page? Where are they at? Wanted, sniffed, Is it it? It is. That's it. Douglas could tell the rabbit didn't want a hug. He sniffed again and without thinking wiped his nose on its fluffy tail. You're right, sniffed and we'll read it one more time. Douglas could tell the rabbit didn't want a hug. He sniffed again and without thinking wiped his nose on a fluffy tail. Wiped, yep. Excuse me, shouted the rabbit. Put me down. But I need a hug, said Douglas, and I can't find one anywhere. Oh, I see, said the rabbit kindly. Come with me. He took Douglas by the paw and led him up, down, and around.
Not on that page.
None on that page. At last they came to a deep, dark cave where a sleepy someone was just waking up. Yawn.
Yawn.
Douglas peeped inside. He had the funniest feeling that he knew the someone very well. Hug, asked Douglas, and ran as fast as he could toward... Do you see any EDs on this page? Where? Asked. You're right. What about on this page? I see one. Oh, peeped. You're right. His mommy! Come to think of it, my best hugs are from someone I love, said Douglas. And he snuggled, good job, into the biggest, warmest arms he knew. Those are all the different kinds of hugs. All right. So I want us to go back and look at some of these ED words.
Okay.
So we have brushed right here. So where would brushed fit in here? Present, past, or future? So present is walking, past is walked, and future is will walk. Where does brushed fit?
Maybe right. No, here.
It's there because this one has an ED, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
if we
none
wanted...
of them else have ED.
You're right. So if we wanted to change brushed into present, so he is currently... What would we say?
Present brushed.
So if we would change it to this with the ing on the end, it would be brushing.
Yeah,
so he's brushing his hair.
Not brushed.
You're right. So if it's future, what will it be?
It would be will brushing.
Will brush.
Will brush.
You're good. Let's do that with one more. Let's find a good one.
Where's it? There.
Grunted?
Grunted.
Okay, so grunted is...
And grunting.
So in the future, or at present, it would be grunting, right?
Yeah.
And if it was in the future, it would be what? Look at the paper.
Will brush grunting. Will grunting.
Will grunt.
Will grunt.
You're right. All right, buddy, you did a great job.
And we get him in here.
Okay, get our little pumpkin guy in there.
All right, good.
Okay.
But I want to watch it first.